Midnight Fight Express. A game you may have never heard of before, but I wish you did. It's a very niche game, only having 1,500 reviews on Steam over the 2 years that it's come out. It came out back in 2022. Humble Bundle are the publishers behind this game, and honestly, man, they put out some fucking bangers. So in Summer Games Fest, when I first saw Humble Games, I was pretty damn excited. These guys have really put out some solid titles, and this one is the same as the rest. It is really, really good. I only got it though because it got a limited run release back in 2023 for the PS4. I loved it though. It makes you feel like a badass the whole way through playing. You're able to interact with the map to kill enemies and being able to kill them in countless amount of ways. From punching them, to beating them with batons, to shooting them with guns, to going full Spartan rage like Kratos and blowing their fucking heads off with your fists. The game feels fast paced at all times and doesn't feel like it's trying to slow you down at any given point. Unlike Sonic I feel like is a game where you're meant to go fast, but I feel there's a lot of obstacles just trying to make you go slow the whole way through. At times, this game can feel difficult, but it still understands that it wants you to always be moving and staying fast, so it never really tries to be difficult in the way of just simply making you slow down. Levels are usually only about 4 minutes on the longest end. Most levels are ranging from 1 to 3 minutes, I'd say. There's 40 levels total, and it has a pretty decent story following the main antagonist, the character that you play as. He doesn't remember anything, he doesn't remember who he is and what he used to do. The whole city gets taken over by criminals overnight, and in one night you have to take them all down, just because a drone told you to do so that randomly showed up to your apartment. The story itself was surprisingly good. You're trying to stop a man called Kingsworthy. He's trying to take over the city and eventually take over the world. He basically holds the city hostage and has everyone in it for the most part trying to kill you, whether it's cops, local gangs, or even firefighters. The story is full of twists and turns that you genuinely wouldn't expect and doesn't slow down the fast-paced combat at all. They do a really good job at telling the story without stopping you dead in your tracks to tell it. However, they may technically stop you in your tracks while going through dialogue, but it doesn't overstay the amount of dialogue. It's not much to read through, and you get through it quick enough. There is no actual cutscenes, just a few bits of dialogue here and there that takes at most 30 seconds to do. This was a really good time, and I genuinely never had an actual bad time playing it and was always looking forward to playing more. I won't go any further into the details of the story because I don't want you guys who want to try this game to get any sort of spoilers or anything like that. I more just want to give you a summary of what the introduction of this story is. What I just told you, you'll basically find out in the first 5 minutes of playing the game. The game does give a good challenge, while also making it feel extremely fair at the same time. If you just want to kick ass and have a pretty good time, you'll have no problem for the most part. But if you do want to be a perfectionist and get S tier on most levels, you are going to have to sweat your ass off, and it's going to be pretty damn difficult. For gameplay, it's a top-down kind of game. It's a beat-em-up, I'd say, is how you call it, but like instead of just hitting the same button, you're killing people in multiple and various ways. The graphics are also pretty stylistic. They're not really good looking in the general sense of graphics, but they are stylized for sure, and in my opinion, they do look good for what they're going for. The boss fights were a bit of a problem for me in this game. Not in a hard way, but more in they weren't just good. They weren't really good at all. Most boss fights throughout the entire game were way, way too easy. Until the last one. The final boss was genuinely hard as fuck, and it was a huge spike in difficulty, and I really wasn't ready for it, and it pissed me off pretty badly. But it wasn't anywhere close to something like an Elden Ring boss, so comparatively I really had no problem. It's just, since it was such a big spike, I really just wasn't ready for it in the grand scheme of things. I'd say I'd give this game an 8 out of 10. It was pretty fucking good. It wasn't perfect. I wouldn't say this game is outstanding in any way. It's not gonna blow your mind. It's no Baldur's Gate 3. It's no 10 out of 10. It's a solid 8 out of 10. Still a very great game. Very good. Had a ton of fun, and I hope others can find this to be pretty fun as well. In my opinion, this game truly did not get enough attention for what it is. And considering it only has 1,500 reviews in 2 years, and it has amazing reviews at that. 91% positivity rate. I hope that it will get the recognition it deserves in the near future, and hope this can shed some light on some people who weren't really aware of this game, realizing It is amazing. This game truly deserves recognition. It deserves to get some attention. People should be out there playing it. I'm not really sure why people are not. 1,500 reviews, don't get me wrong, not bad. The game got a decent amount of attention. But when you go to the YouTube video for its announcement trailer for the Summer Games Fest, it only got 24,000 views. This wasn't high on people's radar, I guess. I don't really know why. Maybe people just aren't really looking for this game, but I feel like if you do give it a shot, you will have a hell of a time while playing it. It's a great game. You should give it a shot. It's a great game. Let me check the price. It's a great game. It is a little steep, coming in at $27 on Steam, 27 Canadian. But if you do give it a shot, I'm sure you'll have a great time. It comes in at like a 10-hour game, I'd say, and if you try to go for STR and everything, you'll probably get a good 20-30 hours on it. If you go for all challenges and STR and everything, you'll have a good amount of hours throughout the game. But yeah, guys, that is going to do it for the video. Hit thumbs up if you did enjoy. Plan to do some more videos in the future. We're going to get a bit more heavy hitting as we go with quality, and projects will just, get overall bigger as I keep making more videos. But for now, I'm kind of catching up on the backlog of videos I wanted to do, and we'll go from there. But yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.